stark and forbidding, shrouded in mystery, steeped in superstition. Black Mountain, a site held sacred by the Australian Aborigines, where humans feel unwelcome, where they disappear without trace.
He left his truck with me and never returned. And he went up there frequently, I know. I went up many times looking for him. But no avail.
All the tea in China wouldn't get me in those caves.
Aborigines call this place the Mountain of Death. Tunnels and caves honeycomb the landscape. Legend records scores of people who've been lured beneath the black rocks, never to return. And then, of course, there are the giant spiders, pythons and taipans, the only living creatures to be found here. Black Mountain rises out of the scrub in the far north of Australia. Thousands upon thousands of huge boulders strewn across 1.5 miles of landscape, rising to a peak of 1,400 feet, a treacherous barren waste where no plant life grows. Since the white man first settled here, he's pondered the origins, the significance of Black Mountain. The ruins of an Inca temple, perhaps. The lost city of Atlantis, hurled up from the ocean depths. An asteroid from outer space. In modern times, scientists too have offered theories. A volcanic eruption, an upheaval during the Ice Age. Nothing definitive, according to scholar Dr. Betsy Jacks.
The first feeling of the mountain was, what on earth is this? Why is this big heap of black rocks here? That's a question I've never really been able to answer.
Tribes of Aborigines have roamed this land for thousands of years. Their legends of Kalkajaka, Black Mountain, are many.
Too bad it had the girl fighting over one girl all along the road, right up till they got to Black Mountain, so they had...
Jack Harrigan is the oldest living Aborigine in the area, custodian of one of the legends. As his people tell it, this is how Black Mountain came to be. In the dreaming, the time when Aboriginal legends were born, there was a beautiful young maiden. Her skin shone like ebony boulders. Two brothers, mighty hunters, were smitten by the maiden. Both were determined to win her. To settle their differences, the brothers each set out to build a mountain of boulders. The warrior with the highest hill would take the maiden. Day after day, the brothers toiled. Their piles of boulders rose higher and higher. But before the contest could be decided, a wild storm descended on the land. Boulders thundered down, and both brothers were crushed to death. The maiden perished too, drowned in a raging torrent at the base of the mountain. Her cries can still be heard through the canyons and caves of Black Mountain. At dusk, the evil of this place begins to surface. The stark black of the rocks, the foreboding slopes against the darkening sky, and the wind that funnels through the endless caverns that run deep into the earth. Perhaps it's that wind, that moaning wind, that lures the unsuspecting to their doom. Perhaps the spirits from the dreaming. To the Aborigines, it's sacred ground, a place that demands respect, reverence. But the white man has often disregarded the legends. Back in the 1800s, he paid the ultimate price when he sought riches from deep within Black Mountain. Local historian and writer Maureen Cossiger.
100 years ago, when the gold rush was at its peak, There's a long list of men who have said never to have returned from the mountain. The records aren't always kept of this, but the stories go on of prospectors, cattlemen, native police, black trackers, a tribe of Aborigines. They even say a mob of cattle disappeared in there at one time or another.
Down through the years, Black Mountain claimed more and more victims. And even today, it has the power to instill superstition and fear. Cooktown is the nearest outpost of civilization, about half an hour's drive away, once boasting a population of 30,000. Now the population's a mere 1,000. Mention Black Mountain there, and this is what you'll hear.
I had a pretty interesting night at the Black Mountain some time back, actually. It was a nice, black, sort of a terrible night, and the wind was blowing like hell, and I'll tell you what, those mountains, they really sing at you. They make some horrible noises, and I changed the flat tyre there, I'd reckon, in record time, and I was glad to get out of the place.
There was one thing that I thought quite odd there. I attended to a sudden death of a male person there. He was about 22 years of age, and he suddenly died as they went through the gap to the Black Mountains. And as a result of the post-mortem, they found it difficult to find what he had died from.
It was an awesome feeling. The hair just stuck out all over your body, and it made you cold. It was a sort of fear, I suppose. Not a superstitious person, but it was unreal. I was glad when dawn came, third income. It's an unreal feeling.
And still, Black Mountain guards its secrets, surrenders no clues on the fate of its victims, remains as it has since the dawn of time, mysterious and ominous.